Peace and blessings, love and light. It's your brother, Omni also known as Omni Omnis, and we're going to do a little video today. It's been a little minute. I'm checking back in with the people, and today we're going to talk about the meaning of the solar eclipse that we just had on, I believe, December the 6th. Okay? And I believe it occurred in Antarctica. It was visible over Antarctica, all right, for a short period of time. But this is an event that has very, special astronomical relevance and meaning when it comes to African culture and heritage, all right? African people were always connected to space and the stars and astrology, even in the Lion King with Simba and Mufasa. When Mufasa died, Simba was telling Pumbaa and Timon about how the kings, when they died, that they went to the stars. Okay, and this is an African animation family. All right, so like I said, in African culture and heritage, it is very common that we deal with things that are dealing with space, because we look at space as a spiritual origin or a spiritual place, all right? Because space is the above. When we pray, we look up, all right? We send prayers up to the skies, family. And space is not commonly looked at as a heavenly place in religion, but when you look up the definition of heavenly body, okay, we can look it up right now. Okay, it describes a planet, okay, any celestial body that exists outside of planetary origin. All right. So we're going to get into that. So we want to know the meaning of these events. All right? Because the universe is relevant to everyone and everything. No matter what your religion is or where you come from, what hood you from, none of that matter, family. The universe is relevant to everybody. All right? So the Oxford Dictionary definition says heavenly body is a planet, star, or other celestial body. Okay? So an eclipse is a conjunction between two astronomical bodies, between two heavenly bodies, family. All right? Because we know that the planet orbits around in space. All right? The moon orbits around the planet. The planet orbits around the sun. The sun orbits around the galaxy. Okay? So it is a forward motion, all right, that's driving all of creation. And we call it the cosmic algorithm. All right? So we understand that this rhythm is relevant to everybody. Okay? So like I said, what is the meaning of these natural events, family? All right? Now, I believe that there was also supposed to be a retrograde between Gemini and Sagittarius. All right? And Gemini deals with communication, intelligence. All right? Sagittarius is, dealing with fertility, is a sexual, driven energy. Okay? And the earth is going through its cycles, family. And we all are part of that algorithm. All right? So, like we said, a heavenly body is a planet, star, or other celestial body. Notice the word used, heavenly. All right? Heaven is associated with space. A planet, a star, you know what I'm saying? Moon. All of these things are considered to be heavenly bodies. So that's what's happening during a solar eclipse. Now, we had one in 2017. I sit out there and I watched it. I observed the whole thing with the fam. And they were saying how we need to use like solar eclipse glasses. They was pushing that real heavy. And I didn't even use no solar eclipse glasses. Too natural for that. So I observed it naturally. Natural observation. You know what I'm saying? And so I mean that was crazy. Like I said, when I was little, elementary, I remember my teacher telling me that an eclipse only happens once in a lifetime. And now I'm an adult, and in the past 10 years, eclipses have been way more common. And I feel like this eclipse is being put off to be the moon. Okay, so they're saying that the moon is in conjunction in front of the planet and the sun, and that's what causes that, their interaction. But we understand that the moon is just another astronomical body, a heavenly body. So when we have an eclipse, we can assume that it is the moon, but we can also calculate that it could be, something different, another astronomical source. Okay, because there's more than just one astronomical body, family. All right. So my point is, if you look into Zechariah Sitchin's, he talks about the 9th planet or the 12th planet or something like that. They call it Nibiru. All right. And Nibiru is a binary star system, family, that is on an elliptical, elongated orbit. All right, around our system. And it takes 3,600 years for this astronomical body to make a full 360-degree rotation, all right, around our system. But just like when you look into the sky and you see constellations of stars, it's very rare that you look into the sky and you see a star that is not a part of a system or a group, okay? So my point is, our sun is a star family. All right. And when you look into space, there are no stars that are, alone. Every star is a part of a group, a family. It's like you got herds of different animals and you got herds of humans and tribes. You feel me? So this is just part of creation. So our star is not a star that exists by itself. Okay. So this is my point. When we're having these eclipses, considering that the moon orbits around the planet, and we have 360 days in a year at least, even though some people say 365, it should be common that we have eclipses on a regular basis throughout the year if the moon is what causes this conjunction between the sun and the planet. All right? If that's true, when I think back when I was little in elementary, then I should have seen way more eclipses. But they told me that the eclipse happens only once in a lifetime, every 100 years. And now we're seeing it on a more regular basis. My point is, whatever the astronomical body is that resides out in space, right? For us to have that many eclipses, it would have to be closer in proximity to our sun to cause that type of, that type of phenomenon. All right, and this is what explains the more consistent eclipses. Now in 17, we had 4 solar eclipses. In 18, we had 5. In 19, we had 5 eclipses. All right. In 20, we had 5 eclipses. So as you can see, the consistent pattern, the number of eclipses goes up as we continue, in time, family. As we go along in time, the number of eclipses will go up, all right? And this is because the other astronomical body is closer to our system, all right? Now, you can look it up. They call it, one reference is the TRAPPIST-1 solar system, all right? And it was discovered, all right, I think in 2013, okay? And it was located just like, I think they said in the constellation of Aquarius. And This astronomical system is, like I said, a binary star, dwarf star, just like Nibiru. So Zechariah Sitchin was really on to something, because the ancients did give references of our system of space and the heavenly bodies. If you look at the Sumerian cuneiform tablets, you will see hieroglyphics of the solar system of 12 different planets. All right, and it shows in stone this ancient concept of space in the solar system, 7,000 years ago. All right. So anyway, my point is, energies go up when we have full moons. All right. These are forces, energies that are outside of space that influence us on a day-to-day basis. So I'm just giving y'all the rundown on how it works. Everything is energy, family. Energy is all is energy. All right? So when we have these influences, considering that everything is an electromagnetic vibration, all right? It's electrical, all right? And it's magnetic, gravitational, all right, and electrical, family. So these energies influence us, our nerves, you know what I'm saying, our, which trigger moods and, thermochemical reactions in our bodies, family, all right? And so this can be good if you're vibrating on a, good wavelength and you're not, being too toxic. But if you are being toxic, then it could cause negative reactions, all right? So it's all about this higher vibrational energy that's influencing all of creation, but we're trying to be in alignment with this energy. All right? So for us to do that, we have to try to, be upright, family. Be as natural as possible. All right? So whenever we have eclipses, these are times like in the ancient past where they would do rituals. All right? It's a good time to use the energies that are available to us at certain conjunctions. And so there's a whole science behind that, family. All right? But I just wanted to touch bases on it. I thought it was a dope anomaly. I follow eclipses. I wish I could travel all around the world to see every last one of them. But, the one that I did see that was the most memorable was the Great American Eclipse in 2017. And I think it occurred, what was it, like August 21st? I think it was. Yeah, but it was dope. But I seen the whole thing, man. But we're going to have another one in 2024, all right? In 2024, it'll be in April, right after the spring equinox. So right when the new season cycle begins, we'll have another eclipse that'll occur right here in America. Okay, like I said, this is an astronomical body, all right, that's hovering in space. They say that it could be the moon, but we don't know that for sure. We just know it's another heavenly body, family. All right? So this heavenly body is going to be hovering over the northern hemisphere, all right, on April the 8th, 2024. Okay? And this will be the second time that we've seen an eclipse around this region of the planet. All right? So it's doubling back. And in between that time of 17 to 2024 is a 7-year span, family. All right? And we know that 7 in numerology represents completion. All right? So it's a significant number, just like it's 7 days in a week. All right? So we understand that through natural observation that we can connect and communicate with nature. Like nature does have intelligence and it has the ability to communicate. You just got to understand the lingo. You got to know the lingo. And so even sometimes when I'm out and about, I might see birds flying in swarm intelligence, and I count how many birds that was flying and to see if there was a specific number, and see if that could mean anything, because I understand that everything is energy. Peace and blessings. I share to the people that's in the house, brother William Tuck. That's Bird. Yeah, that's my nigga. What's going on, bro? Love and light. I share. But yeah, man. So even when I'm out and about, I might see birds flying and just count how many was flying and see if it was 13 or 7, and see, if there was any significance, you know what I'm saying, to just natural observation, family. So anyway, we can read books, we can do all of that, but at the end of the day, you gotta have natural observation, because what you're reading and what you're studying have to be founded in reality. For it to be real, right? For it to be real, we gotta see it through natural observation. So we know that the sun is real, we know that the moon is real, all right? And people talk about Jesus and Allah, Yahweh, but you know, the only one that we seen was the sun and the moon and the galaxy, family. All right. So like I said, natural observation. So whether you're Christian, Hebrew, Jewish, or whatever, you know, whatever the case may be, you know, we all need oxygen to breathe, family, because nature is what provides life and sustains us. So this is just the science of how things work. All right, so I think it's smart to get as close and get in tune with nature as much as we can. All right, and that's the pathway that'll lead us to righteousness, or or the natural order, family. Because I know nature, being that it created the sun and the moon, and that man hasn't done that, nobody has done that except for this supreme intelligence, that it has to be more intelligent than anything else. So we have to let nature guide us, all right? So, you know, that's where I'm at with it, family. If y'all have any questions, like I said, be sure to hit me and I'll look into it. And for like supporting black education and more educational content, be sure to hit up the Cash App, family. That's Omnis Natura LLC 360, all right? That's $ Omnis Natura 360 LLC, actually, all right? Omnis Natura 360 LLC, all caps, all right? And like I said, I'm going to be tuning in and just doing more, trying to connect with the people, all right, about ideas and more black news. Again, this is a black news-based audience, family, all right? My programming is geared towards education, all right, information for black people, and we want to get away from the sensory that's being put on our information, family, okay? You know, we want to let the people decide what's right and what's wrong. We don't need people controlling our information sources, all right? So that's what I offer, family, as an independent researcher. I'm not hired by any Western educational institution to lie. I'm not a politician. You know, I'm doing this because this is what I love to do, right? And I've been doing it for at least 5 to 6 years, all right? Studying physics, chemistry, biology, all right? Genetics, all right? Okay, and I'm doing this not because somebody wanted me to, just because this was of my interest. You know, I wasn't getting paid to do it or anything, family. But anyway, I want to know about science as it pertains to melanin and black people and nature. All right? So my focus is towards historical literacy for black people and science, family. And that's the lens that we use. That's the filtration system that we use for what's true and what's not. All right? We all have what? Ears to hear, right? Eyes to see and minds to think, family. All right? When you hear pictures of sound in music, you know when the pitch is right, you know when it's wrong. Right? We don't need to read the Bible for that. We understand that that's just natural. So we got to trust ourselves. When we see different colors or whatnot in nature, you know what I'm saying? We can decipher, you know, those different ranges of light, family. And it's natural. Like I said, we don't got to read the Bible for that. Okay? Eyes to see, ears to hear, minds to think. All right? Yeah, but yeah, man. But yeah, family, so astronomical events, right? It's also based on holidays. Like I did a video about that, how, you know, the natural holidays or how, religious holidays are based on natural astrological events, family. We have the spring equinox, which is the beginning of the calendar cycle, when spring begins, right? When you see pollination, that's the beginning of life, vegetation. You feel me? So you get spring, you get pollination. That's when the plants begin to germinate and begin to reproduce. All right. And then we get the summer season with the summer solstice. All right. That's when we at the peak of light. Okay. The peak of the summer cycle. And that's when we have the longest day of the year. All right. And then we have, what's the next one? The vernal equinox. Okay. That's the mid season. All right. That's when we when we have the same amount of night and the same amount of daylight. All right. And that's normally supposed to represent Libra and astrology, family. That's what the scale is for that balance. Okay? And then we have the winter solstice. The winter solstice is, like I said, the shortest day of the year. All right? And that's when our planet is orbiting around the poles of the sun rather than the equatorial region. Okay, when we're towards the equatorial region, which has greater width, all right, we have longer days. When we're towards the poles, all right, we have shorter days. So we're orbiting around and around, but it's also up and down and around and around. Okay, so that's an elliptical orbit, family. All right. So yeah, so be sure to hit up the YouTube, the Nature Guide. Okay, Omni. All right. Be sure to hit up the Instagram. That's OMNIS_OMNIS. Omni Omnis. All right. Facebook, same thing. OMNIS space OMNIS, family. All right. So yeah. If you guys have any questions, like I said, be sure to DM me, hit me. Let me know what's up. I'm going to be checking in with the people. All right. Like I said, I've been studying for a minute, family. So I know a lot of information. I'm just putting it together, trying to package it for the benefit of my people, family. I put in a lot of time, a lot of energy. I know a lot of information about melanin, whatever you want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, all signs from the different things that I've studied. As far as history, as far as chemistry, understanding genetics, all right? All signs trace back to African origins, family, to naturalism, all right? Before anybody documented any scrolls or any tablets, all right? Before man ever even made a Bible, all right? Because there have to be human beings living, all right, to document and write in the Bible or come up with concepts, family. All right. No one can tell you about the sun not being God or not being a creator. All right. Because they didn't exist before the sun was there. All right. No one can give you a second-hand reference to nature. Before nature, no one was there. All right. So that's just a fact, family. All right. So like I said, we're dealing with scientific and historical literacy for indigenous peoples. If you are a black person, you are of African descent, Afro-Asian, okay, Afro-Indian, Afro-Latino, African or African-American, then I'm talking to you, all right? So love and light to the family for tuning in, for rocking with me. Like I said, we're going to be doing more builds. Be sure to hit up the social medias. Be sure to hit up the YouTube, all right? I got over 75 videos, all right? Some videos over an hour long, family. All right. And we building about, like I said, genetics, melanin, immunity. You know what I'm saying? We building about physics. You know what I'm saying? Laws of thermodynamics, showing you how the solar system works, how light is the catalyst of all chemical reactions. Man, it's going down real big. So anyway, OmniVision EDU 360, all right, which represents the 360-degree circumference. 360-degree circumference, all right? Let me get it down. A 360-degree circumference of knowledge, family, meaning holism, to be holistic, and we want to see things not partial, but we want to see things in the right light. Okay, so with the eyes of Horus, family, if what I say resonates with you, you feel me? Then you will be able to decipher what's the truth and what's not. But I just want to make it to where everybody has a choice to make a decision, make their own option, their own choice as to what to believe. I'm presenting information, and it's up to you to process the information. All right. So I thank you. I love you, and I appreciate all your time and all your energy. All right. So I shade to the family, love and light, Umoja, peace and blessings. I shade. All right.